Welcome to Pranayama Yoga, where we're focusing a lot on the breath as a way to heal ourselves and just to be a little more centered, a little bit more in balance. Today we're going to incorporate pranayama with restorative yoga. Restorative yoga is about restoring the body to health. We all have something that's going on where restorative yoga can be really helpful. People tend to think of it now as relaxing. There's been a lot of focus on using restorative yoga to rest and relax and heal our nervous systems. It's not necessarily always so super relaxing. Some of the poses in restorative yoga can actually be quite intense. We're not going to really do that today. You want to have, so I'm going to use my yoga bolster. If you have one, you can use a yoga bolster. I know probably most of you don't have one. Or you can use a couple of bed pillows or a couple piled up blankets, woven blankets. So almost everybody has bed pillows. So grab a couple of those. The other thing that's been going on for people during the pandemic, I think in particular, there's a lot of insomnia. So restorative poses, they're giving us this time to let go into the pose, even if you're doing this during the day. So it's not necessarily a super sleepy practice. But even if you're doing this during the day, it's just going to help you hopefully sleep a little bit better at night. But this is also something you can do later in the day to help yourself calm down, maybe after work. There's a lot of, rushing during the day. There's a lot of stress that comes in. All right, so here we go. We're going to hold the poses just like we did with yin yoga. We're going to hold the poses for about 4 minutes. But if anything's too long, let yourself adjust. We're going to start by just lying down on our backs. I'm going to grab my timer here. So just get yourself situated on your back. Take a breath on your back. I'm going to move this out of the way for the moment. Just find, what feels good. Wiggle around a little bit. Let your back be flat. Relax your face. Take a nice full breath. I'm just going to do a couple little poses where we're moving a bit, and then we'll settle in. So let's do pelvic tilts. We're going to push that low back down into the floor. Feet are on the floor. Your low back is pressing down. Your abdomen's pulling in. And then on an inhale, you're going to release. And just let your back come back to its neutral position. You can take a breath in between here. And then on an exhale, we're going to push the low back down. And then we're going to inhale and come back to center. So maybe that if your back feels okay, you're going to accentuate that arch in the back and tip your tailbone down towards the floor. On your exhale, you're pushing the low back down. On the inhale, you're either just coming back to your natural position or you're tipping that tailbone down a little bit more. You can also try to let your head turn a little bit from side to side here. It's not really turning today. All right, and then we're going to bring the right ankle on top of the left thigh for reclining pitch and bring that left leg up. Hold back the left leg. So sometimes in restorative yoga, we do this with the foot propped up against the wall or a piece of furniture or something. I think we did that in yin last week. So it's a subtle difference between yin and restorative. Restorative tends to use more props. But again, it's not necessarily less intense than a yin practice. But you can really vary it a little bit more. Okay, we're going to release this side. Bring your right foot up towards the ceiling. So by using a lot of props, you can really adjust your pose and try to make yourself more comfortable. But again, you just need the 2 bed pillows or a bolster. All right, let your right leg come down. Stretch it out along the floor. Bring right foot onto the floor. Rest your left ankle on top of your right thigh. Pull that right leg up. Squeeze in. Breathe. And then let that foot come down. Left foot comes up towards the ceiling. Just pull the leg in towards you. Take a breath. And then that left leg stretched out along the floor. Both legs come down. Give your arms a stretch overhead. Alright, we're going to take it into a restorative twist. We're going to use either the bolster or your pillows. So if you have pillows, you can use 1 or you can use 2. You want to put it along your right side. We're going to bring the left leg over to the right side. So if you're using pillows, you can have 1 pillow underneath. No, not this one. Never mind. All right. So yeah, maybe 1 pillow, or you're going to stack 2 pillows. So you can adjust. If you're using a bolster, you can add stuff on top of it if you need to make it a little bit higher. Okay, so we've got this right leg straight. We've got the bolster or the pillows alongside the outside of the right leg. And then we're just going to bring this left leg over. Bend the knee and let it rest on top of the bolster or the pillows. All right, I'm going to set the timer here. Take a nice big breath. If you're finding that your shoulder is uncomfortable, you can try bringing something underneath that left shoulder. But if you're okay, arms are roughly at shoulder height here. You can change. So the back shoulder is the one that's really getting most of the stretch here in this pose. You can move that left arm around. If you start to feel like your neck is uncomfortable, prop something underneath your head. Alright, so I think I'm going to move my bolster down a little bit more so that my foot is really on the bolster. We're going to work on this sensation of really letting this top leg relax, well, really both legs. But I think the mind is easier to focus on this left leg. So take a couple of big breaths, sink down into the floor. Observe what's not really comfortable. It may just be they're going to turn your head in a different direction. I'm going to grab another little prop here. So right now, just keep noticing. I had to move my arm. It was too intense. I needed to move that left arm down. That arm can also come on top of the body or really close to the body if that works better for you, especially as we hold these poses. You may find you need to shift a little bit. You can wiggle your toes a little bit, maybe move your feet. So once we get into this first pose and we're trying to settle down, you start to notice like all the things that are tight and how difficult it is to just suddenly be still on the floor usually. So let yourself move a little bit here. And then hopefully as we progress, we'll just start to settle in a little bit more. So in the twist, observe your breath. pressing the abdomen a little bit, usually a little more difficult to breathe. So just keep it nice and easy here. And just begin to count the breath. Either counting each inhale and exhale, so inhale 1, exhale 2, inhale 3, exhale 4, or each round. So a lot of times I'll just count on the exhale. It's like, time I exhale, it's 1. Next time I exhale, it's 2. Just focus your mind on the breath. As you're counting the breath, just keep working on feeling your legs and your body relax. Slowly release the side. So start to slide this leg off the pillow or the bolster. Come onto your back. And do what feels natural. So it can be legs straight on the floor. It could be your feet on the floor. So I'm pressing my low back down and I'm just swaying my knees a little bit from side to side. Arms can stretch out past your head again. If you feel like you want to pull the knees in, just hug those knees in. Maybe move your feet around again a little bit. And then if you feel like happy baby is good here, reach for your feet. Breathe out. Okay, so all you need to do is just move your bolster or your pillows to the other side. Just going to bring that on over. So bring it over to the outside of the left leg. Left leg is going to be straight. Right foot's on the floor. And then we're just going to bring this right leg and rest it on the pillow or on the bolster. And again, notice where your foot is. So you might like having your foot hang off. That might be fine. But if you feel like there's something not quite right about that, then see if you can push your pillows or your bolster down a little bit lower so that the foot is supported. And then arms and neck. So pay attention now to this right shoulder and how that's doing. How your neck is. Breathe. We have company today. I'm waiting for him to drink out of my glass, which I won't like. And so again, come on back to counting your breath. Jimmy, come here. Okay. a cat that'll cuddle up next to you, or a dog. It can give you a nice sense of comfort in a restorative practice. Usually, they set themselves down in a awkward spot. So just keep breathing, counting the breath, letting go. And then notice what might not really be completely comfortable. See if you can shift. And if you lost track of your count, just start over. And just like before, we're going to slide this leg off nice and easy. Come on to your back. Find what feels right. And sometimes after holding those poses, right, so on that last side I felt like I really needed to move. This side's a little bit trickier. So just notice what you're feeling. If you need to be still, just be still. If you want to pull your knees in, knees can come in. You can rock a little from side to side. Maybe just stretch those legs up into the air. Wiggle your toes around. Nice big breath. Rotate your ankles around. Alright, and then we're going to come on up into a seated position. Okay. Hello. Alright, we're going to do those feet. Let's just do like a brief little butterfly pose here. We're not going to hold this one. So soles of the feet together. We're going to push them a little bit forward. Let your back round. Let your head come down. And then inhale on up. All right, let's do legs straight. We'll just do a little brief stretch here too. So feet wide. And just fold forward. A little preparatory stretch here. Okay, we're going to do a head to knee pose. A couple different ways that you can do this. So typically head to knee pose, legs are out straight in front of you. Left foot pulls up, right leg straight. So if you have something to put under that knee, so you could use one of your pillows, you can grab a couch pillow or something. If you feel like that knee is just hanging in air and it's really pulling on your inner leg, just a little something under that knee can help. We're going to use our pillow or a bolster. You can do this a couple different ways. You can do it right over the leg so that you've got nice support under the abdomen. You can have it on the leg. You might need something else to go underneath your head here. Or you can do it alongside the leg. So I think I'm going to shift my legs a little bit here because that's the way I want to do it. I'm going to take almost like we were in wide legs. All right, so feet out wide, and then pull this left foot in. And then I'm going to fold forward. So I'm folding over this left foot and ankle. And I'm going to put my bolster here. So again, if you're really tight, just keep piling stuff up. Sorry, I should have told you to grab way more props than I did. So like I have a blanket here. I could make this higher. So it's holding my body up a little bit higher. Especially when things are tight. Just the more props you have, the better it is. Okay, so again, if we hold too long, just let yourself come back up. And you don't have to be all the way in. You can use your pillows, your bolster to support your arms. You don't have to be trying to get the whole body flat. What you don't want is to put stress on your arms. So you're trying not to be in a super stressful spot. You want to get into this sense of letting the body relax as much as we can into the pose. So here, depending on, double checking, I started the timer. Depending on how compressed your abdomen is. So I'm really mostly leaning on my arms. I'm not really pushing on the abdomen. But even so, I'm feeling the breath more now in my back. Just pay attention to where you're feeling the breath. And focus on that sensation of the torso. Expanding and contracting with the breath. Observing where you feel it. And try to keep that soft and relaxed. Allowing that sensation of the body expanding and contracting to be relaxing in and of itself. Pay attention to your neck. If you feel like the body's starting to get looser, you might feel like you want to change your position. You might want to lift up a little bit, lengthen out your spine. Maybe pull your prop in a little closer. And then just fold forward again. And then we're going to gently come back up. Take a breath. So this bent leg, you may need to move slowly to get it to release out. And it's your choice. You can just stay seated. You can move the leg around a little bit. You could go back onto your back between sides. I'm kind of thinking like I want to do child's pose here, which seems completely weird, but in my head that doesn't make sense, but in my body it does. So just try to listen to your body about where you want to go here. And then we'll do the other side. How you set yourself up on this side may be a little bit different. You may find, one side's tighter or things can be awkward. Again, you can have your prop across, so you can have pillows or your bolster across the thigh. You can have it like along the leg, or you can have it, if you're going to do it like I am, you've got the feet like you're in this wide leg position, but then you're pulling your right foot in. And then I'm going to do bolster. So you might even bring that up onto your, like if you're doing it the way I am, you might even bring it up onto that foot and ankle area so that the prop is right up against your abdomen. And then we're going to fold in. And you might begin again on your forearms. You might wait for things to loosen up a little bit. You might find something needs to shake around, or you need to reposition your leg a little. Take a nice breath. And work on that sensation of sinking down as you exhale. And once more on this side, feel the expansion and contraction of the body. Just feel that movement of the body as you breathe. So as that, you feel like that sensation of pressure against the ribs. Imagine that's pushing the tension, right? It's like somebody massaging your back, like you're pressing down on those muscles. You have to feel like that expansion is pressing the tension out of the muscles, and that they're softening as the body contracts. 2 more breaths. And then we're going to let ourselves come on up. Take a breath. Oh, yeah. Let that bent leg straighten out. Again, move any way you feel like you want to here. Maybe even a standing forward fold would be good after that. So again, sometimes the things that feel good aren't necessarily the things that you would think would feel good. Hello. So like we just did a forward fold. So why does a forward fold feel good now? I don't know. All right. So yes, I have my sister's cat visiting for the week. And of course he was hiding out in the couch all morning until I started to do restorative yoga. And now I'm afraid he's going to smash into something, fall off of something. Right? Okay. I'm going to do a back bend and then we're going to relax. We're going to use the pillows or the bolster 2 different ways. A couple different ways. You can do right up against your low back so that lower end of your pillows or your bolster comes right into your lower back. And then you're going to lean back. Here's another place where you might want something else under your head. If you happen to have yoga blocks, this will work with a bolster. Not so much with pillows because the pillows will just bend too much. But if you have a bolster, I don't always get this right, you can use blocks. I don't think that's quite right, but maybe. You can prop your bolster up. Yeah, not my favorite spot. I would have to adjust this to do it this way. But if you want to be a little higher up, yeah, it's collapsing now. You can do it that way. If you can tolerate your pillows across the back, pillows will be easier than a bolster going across your back. So for me, bolster, I can't stay this way. It's too high, too much. But with pillows, I can do it that way. So if that feels better to have it like right underneath your shoulder blades, going across your body, do your pillows that way. Or the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to sit on one end of the bolster. I'm going to lie back so that my shoulder blades come off the other end of the bolster and onto the floor. So this can be, if you're using bed pillows, you're going to do the same thing. You can stack up 2 or you can just use one bed pillow. You're going to sit on it and get your shoulders to come off the other end. So the top of the bolster is right below the bottom of my shoulder blades here. Sometimes you'll prop their legs up too. If you have a bolster, you could cross your legs. Alright, so hopefully you have found what feels like a reasonable spot. Let's feel that breath again. So now pay attention to that movement. As we're folded forward, you could probably feel more of that movement of the back of the body as you're breathing. So now we're doing a back bend. Now we've got this openness through the front of the body. We're opening up the rib cage. You can take your arms out wide. so that you're really not pressing against the ribs, that the lungs have the maximum amount of room to move. And just feel how so I can feel this stretch through my abdomen. And just feel how those inhales start to stretch out the front of the body. And putting that pressure against those muscles, pushing tension out. Feeling that body expanding and contracting. Let the body relax with each breath. Alright, so we're going to slowly try to make our way off of here. Bring your feet onto the floor. You can either try to roll to the side or you bring your feet onto the floor. And you're just going to lift your... so this is if you're in the same position I am. So if you've got it, going across your back or just behind your back, just roll off to your side. But if you've got your shoulders off the top end, and just push your hips up a little bit, use your hands, push the pillows, the bolster, just straight down. Let your back come flat onto the floor. If you've got that pillow right there where you can rest your feet on it, kind of cross your legs, bring your feet up. If it feels right, pull your knees in. If you can get into happy baby, reach for your feet. And then for Shavasana, we're going to use our pillows or a bolster just to get right underneath the knees. So you want going across your mat, your blanket, whatever you're on. We're going to bring this under the knees. You might want something under your head. If it's chilly, you might want something over you. So I usually do almost like a butterfly pose. I usually have my knees bent, my feet kind of together with the bolster underneath or the pillow underneath my knees. For me, that's what's comfortable. Rather than just trying to have the legs kind of straight forward. So find your spot. You have something higher too. You can always pile up. I'm feeling like I want my legs a little higher today. You can always put your legs up on something for a few minutes. Feels better today. All right, nice deep breath. We're going to do 5 minutes in Shavasana. Tuck your shoulder blades under. Get comfy. Begin to count your breath backward from 108. Take a deeper breath. Notice how you are. Gently move your fingers and your wrists. Wiggle your toes and your ankles. Stretch your arms overhead. Bend your knees. Roll to one side. Alright, here we go. Maybe you're just going to bed and you're just gonna go chill out. If you're going back to work, come on up. We'll do a little Kapala body. And just chew. Bring a little energy back into the body if you have stuff you're doing after this. So you can sit on your pillows or your bolster. Just going to bring this blanket underneath my hips. All right, so yeah, if you're just going to relax, have a great day, have a great night. You're going to do Kapala body. So this is this one where we're going to inhale and then we're going to force the exhale out. So it sounds like this rapid fire in and out, but really you're just, oh no, wait, I've got this wrong. I do this every time. Yeah, so you're just going to pump the air out and then the inhale is going to happen naturally. So we're squeezing the abdomen in. So sit up straight. All right, and then it just says exhale through the nose. Make my lungs work there. All right, so it's just this pumping of the abdomen. The inhales are happening naturally. Let's do it again. So we'll try to do 10. One time I got to 10, I was coughing. All right, so just breath, and then just forcing that and exhale out. Allergy season. All right, let's do one more round. So 10 more. Take an inhale. Exhale out. God. All right, hopefully you're not coughing too. Or maybe it's good. Maybe we're clearing our lungs out too. All right, another big breath. Hands at the heart. Thank you for being here and sharing in this practice today. Namaste.